Hello, hi. I am Monique, a realtor with Keller Williams, and I am coming on today just to give a real simple tip. I have a lot of people that are asking where should they get started with first-time home buying. Biggest thing is to start saving. However, today's tip is for anyone wondering how should they start saving. It sounds like a really simple idea. You know you need to have money. There's down payment, there's closing costs, there's inspections, there's appraisals, there's things that you need money for. The logical thing is to start saving as soon as you can. And any first-time home buyer may not know exactly where they should start with this. So if you're wondering how to start saving, this is a video for you. So very quickly, I was having a conversation with someone, and she's a will be a first-time home buyer. She'll be having a conversation with the banks, and so as we're talking about that process, what that may look like for her, we start talking about savings. So she's having all these great things as far as where she's going to want to start with this. As we're talking, I'm nodding. She's going to start making a budget. That sounds great. I like that. She's going to start intentionally thinking about what is the amount that she wants to set aside. Everyone starting needs to have a number for what they're going to start setting aside. So I like this. She's going to be strategic as to what her spending amount is so that she can stick to her savings budget. I like that. So then her way of being disciplined is to take money out of her checking account every pay period. Now, here's the thing that this tip is about. It's wonderful to be disciplined. It's necessary to be disciplined. You do need to have money set aside, and you need to have a strategy on how you're going to do it. The only problem is with the idea of taking money out of your account, the lender is going to have an issue with that later because all lenders want to see a paper trail of money that is deposited into your account, and they'll see and understand things that come out of it. I'll go into detail. So very quickly, at the beginning of the process, you'll have a conversation with the lender. They'll ask you very simple, basic questions. One of them will be, do you have anything set aside as a down payment? Your answer will be yes. That is truthful. You will have saved and you have that money. Down the road, fast forward, you get pre-approval letter, everything's going fine. You put in an offer, everything's done. Appraisals look good. Now it's time for the real people to get involved, the underwriters. The people that will pick apart everything going on in your bank account up to the very end. And if the underwriters don't like what they see, there is no loan, there is no home. So what they will see is that with this particular person I was talking to, her strategy was to take out a certain amount of money every pay period. I understand her theory is so that she could take it out so that she could be more disciplined so she doesn't spend it. And it can continue to keep growing and growing and growing. Only problem is, as she's taking money out for the purpose of saving, leaving it at home, having it in your pillow, having it in a safe, having it anywhere that's not in your bank account is a bad idea. And the point of that is, as you're growing this money and adding it and adding it and adding it and adding on to it, wherever you're saving it, that's not in your checking account. Once you decide that you're serious about wanting to buy, you are going to put it in your checking account as a big, large deposit. And that is a no-no for underwriters. They have to see where the money came from. You cannot go from having a small amount in your checking account on one bank statement to a large random deposit another time without there being a paper trail as to where it comes from. Unfortunately, underwriters don't care that you had it saved in your pillow, that it was in your drawer at home. If it's not coming from a source, mainly a job, if it's not coming from a source and traceable showing deposits, direct deposits from one place to another place, they won't count it. And so that whole pre-approval and that whole home buying process has now come to a halt because they're not going to count money that they can't see where it came from. So my advice is to that person, and to anyone that needed to hear this tip. Save money, be disciplined, but I would suggest if you're wanting to follow a strategy for yourself, open another account. And when you are telling that lender that you have money set aside for a down payment, they will be using both checking accounts or checking and saving account, because you will tell them, here's my one account, and I'm also using this other account. And they will be able to see every time you took money from one account and deposited it into another account, there is a trail. So everything is traceable. And the underwriters later on in the process will approve. I hope this tip helped. Overall, basically, there has to be a track record on any money that is going to be used or claimed as being a part of your home buying process. I hope this tip helped anyone that was wondering how they should save money so that your yes can stay your yes and get you in that home that you want. Thanks and stay tuned. More tips to come.